Okay, socialite. So I've already started off by moisturizing my skin with the Clinique Moisture Surge 100 Hour. This is my go-to moisturizer at this point for like 6 months now. So I like that it's a gel-like consistency that really absorbs into the skin. So the makeup just really glides on smoothly and you don't have to worry about it being too heavy. Some moisturizers are a bit heavy for me that I like to wear when I'm not wearing makeup. So that's my little 1-2 on that. Now, this is my second time creating this look and I really hope that it turns out just as good because the first time I did it, it was so pretty. So I'm hoping that it comes out just as good, you guys. I'm gonna switch up the primer though. So I was debating if I should go with the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer or the new e.l.f. Power Grip Matte Primer. I love e.l.f. primers, by the way. And this e.l.f. primer is actually my favorite. It helps control oil a little bit more. So whatever foundation I'm using, I usually get a few more hours of long wear with it, but it also fills in the pores pretty good. And this is what I used the first time I did my makeup. And let's go ahead and use this one. It's grippy. Now this one, it does not have grip to it. It just fills in the pores and helps my makeup to last a little bit longer. It helps to mattify a little bit. This one mattifies, but it's not like super matte or makes your makeup dry looking at all, which I like because I don't like a super dry or a super matte look with my makeup. And I'm only gonna apply this in like my T-zone areas. So the first time I did my makeup, you guys, I sounded so asleep. I'm not a morning person, FYI. Like I come alive around 11 or 12 o'clock, and whenever I film at like 8 o'clock in the morning, you can tell it's 8. It's given, is it 5 o'clock in the morning? The way you guys will see it. And I was like half asleep, but the makeup came out so good. So fingers crossed. We're gonna do Pkwy foundation stick today, which is why I wanted to use a primer that's more mattifying, like one of these two. This is a little creamier, more emollient, and I tend to see more shine with this formula quicker, but it's so pretty and it's black owned, so that's what I wanted to use. And they're also on my makeup tray this month. So the Pkwy skin sticks, foundation sticks, I have in 2 colors, 240 and 230. And 240 is actually the lighter of the two. I've picked up the Ariell brow glue. Y'all, this is my absolute favorite brow glue. Now, I fell in love with this before there was hype on this, you guys. Love this. I picked it up at Walmart when it first launched about 1.5 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, but I think about 1.5 years ago, and love it. It gives me exactly what I love in a brow gel. Sort of that firm hold, that lamination brow look. And once I ran out of it, I didn't repurchase it because I wanted to use up what I had in my collection. I'm almost done with what I have in my collection, and I was in Walmart. I saw it and I said, you know what, girl, pick it up. It was like around the time I was getting some of the stuff for the winners of the Christmas giveaway, but I picked it up again and you guys can see what it does. I wouldn't apply too much of this because if you apply too much, it will turn sort of whitish on you. It'll lighten the color of your brows for sure. I'm gonna take the deeper shade, which is 230, and I'm gonna apply this along my perimeter. 240, that's more so my exact skin tone. I'm gonna put this in all my other areas, sort of like the inside. So on one of my last makeup tutorials, I tried out an Pkwy concealer brush and I loved it. It was really, really good. So I went back to the Pkwy site and I ordered the 3-piece set. Look, first of all, look at the box it comes in. This wasn't PR. I ordered this, by the way, using my discount code. I do have a discount code with Pkwy, which is Ariell 20. You can get 20% off anytime. The set comes in this orange zip pouch, which I'm seeing for the first time with you guys. I was trying to wait to open it till I did this video, and then they come wrapped up like this. So I don't even remember what kind of brushes come in here. So this one is, it says the complexion brush. So it feels good too, you guys. Nice and sturdy, but then soft too. This one is the powder brush. So I'd probably like set under eye with this, or like do highlight. This one is the concealer brush. Yeah, so this is the concealer brush, which is the brush that made me want to order this brush set. So let me know if any of you guys have tried these brushes yet. So what I'm gonna do is, I was thinking I was gonna use 2 separate brushes for the different colors, but I'm just gonna blend the lighter shade first and then the deeper shade. So let's try this out. Okay, I'm seeing a difference right away, not with the brush, but with this foundation. So I told you guys that I did this makeup look already. I'm redoing it now. This blended out a lot creamier and smoother the first time, but I used this primer, and the first couple of times that I used the e.l.f. matte primer, because I've been talking, I didn't let it dry down quite as much as it's dried down right now. So this is sort of like the driest, or like the mattest that I've worked with it, and the foundation isn't really moving around as like creamy, even though it's blending great. Usually this foundation just kind of like, it's like buttery, you know what I mean? Like it just blends like butter. You can barely tap and it's already blended out. This is taking a little bit, you know, like a couple more passes to really blend it out. So that's the difference. I think next time I use this primer, I won't let it dry down as much as I just did, but I was running my mouth, y'all. Still looks really good though. And I'm using my foundation color just to sort of clean up and give us like a little bit more of like that crisp sort of reverse contour effect. Okay, another black owned product. This is from Danessa Myricks Beauty. This is her concealer, the Yummy Skin Concealer. It's in the shade 11. It's a really good concealer. Only thing with this is I wish this little tiny wand was a little bit bigger, but it still works. So taking the Ami Colé concealer brush, we're gonna blend this out. So switching subjects, you guys, I found a new show called Paradise, and it is on Hulu. I don't think it's on Netflix, it's on Hulu. And the main character, I'm gonna have to pop his picture right here, is this black guy, and he's playing like the Secret Service agent to the president, and the president dies on his watch, y'all, and it's good. So let me know if you guys have seen that. This actor, I've seen him in a few other things, but I've never seen him play like a major role before. I'm sure he has, but I probably just haven't seen, you know, a show or a movie that was in where he played the main character. But he's a really good actor, and it is like thrilling. It's one of those like you want to keep watching it. Like I wish I could binge watch it, but they're only releasing 1 episode a week. But if you've seen like the trailer of it, or if you've been seeing the thumbnail, y'all, it's actually good. Paradise on Hulu. And then my show that I've been telling you guys about for like a couple years now, which is Severance. A couple of y'all said that it was so slow that you couldn't really get into it, and the storyline was so interesting, for lack of a better word, that that's kind of what kept me watching it. But as this second season is going along, I see kind of like what y'all are saying, it is kind of slow. So a couple of episodes of it has been slow. This is season 2 that's back, by the way. It took like 2-3 years for season 2 to come back. So I'm going to take my foundation brush again, and we're going to sort of smooth out this harsh line. So I'm on season 2, and yeah, a couple of the episodes are slow, so I see kind of what you guys are saying, but the storyline is just so good. Such a super smooth formula. Ami Colé products are very much top tier. Like, doing a full face of these products, I don't feel like I'm like skimping on any part of my makeup with this. You know what? I think I have their concealer. I should have used it. I'm gonna look for it, not right now. I think I have the concealer if I'm not mistaken. But this is the Pkwy loose setting powder. I've told you guys about this powder several times. It's in the shade translucent. I prefer translucent shades in a loose powder, and it's good. It's on the lightweight side, so you're not gonna get what you get out of like the One Size or the Huda Beauty powders. This is called the skin melt powder, and that's what it does. It melts into the skin, and it's a bit more undetectable than like those powders that I just mentioned to you guys. So let's start off by setting under eye using that this called the powder brush from Pkwy. Let's put a little bit on here. Yeah, these are some really nice brushes. I feel like I haven't done my makeup in so long. The first time I recorded this video was actually at the beginning of the month, y'all. So it was the look I had on probably like either my makeup tray or fragrance tray or something like that was when I did this. I don't think I have a black owned powder bronzer, so I definitely need to get one of those. And I know the Fenty one is really popular, so maybe I'll try those. I've never tried them, by the way. Maybe I'll pick it up during the Sephora sale, which is coming up. So the Pkwy Desert Date Stick. This is a multi-stick that you can use on the face. You can use it on the lips. This one's in the shade Flame, which is like an orange shade. I'm gonna apply it like kind of higher up because it is quite pigmented. So, and then I applied a lot. Why did I just apply so much? But I'm gonna keep it up here. That way it won't be like too much product right in the center of my face. We can sort of gradually fade it towards the center of the face. For the brush, I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 116. And I'm gonna kind of keep it up here. I did a lot, y'all, but it's okay. You know, we're gonna make it work. Maybe I'll make this look a little bit more blush heavy than I did the first time. The first time I did this look, it was more so about the eyes. So as I'm blending, when I work my way towards the cheek, I'm using a much lighter hand. That's how I'm able to like fade it in. You can go a little bit more pressure up here, but then fade it in with like a lighter hand. I'm gonna take my Morphe M162 brush. This came in one of the new Morphe sets that just came out. And this is actually one of the brushes in that set that I really like. I do recommend this brush. So I'm going back into my Pkwy powder, and I'm just gonna set all over with this. Now, because I got powder on my brows, that will stay like that, y'all. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of alcohol on my disposable wand and sort of brush some of that powder out. And they still stay stuck in place, y'all, because this brow gel has a ton of hold. LYS brow pencil. LYS is another black owned makeup company that I really like. Got this brow pencil in the shade Soft Black by accident. And I wish I would have gotten a little lighter. So next time I get this pencil, I'm definitely gonna get like a brown shade. But with the light hand, I can get away with it, especially since my brows are pre-lightened. So that's why my brows are this color. I bleached them, but I didn't go overboard with the bleach. I just kind of slightly lightened them. Now the foundation stick that I used today, the Pkwy foundation sticks, and that's what I meant to tell you guys. I was hoping I didn't forget because I want to do a lot more comparisons. So if I were to compare it to another foundation in a stick form, it would be more of like the LYS foundation stick. If you've ever tried that before, or if you were interested in trying it, they're very similar in the way that they wear and the finish of the skin. Now I do have the Westman Atelier foundation stick, which I absolutely love. Now that one's a little bit different. It gives a little bit more matte on the skin than these give. This one, the way this looks right now is pretty much how the Westman Atelier one looks without a primer. This one looks like this because it has that matte primer underneath, and the Westman Atelier foundation stick is more long wearing than the Amicole foundation stick and the LYS foundation stick. So I just feel like Amicole and LYS have either more shades or better shades or both. So yeah, they've got Westman Atelier in the shade department. Yeah, they got that part on lock. Contemplative State from MAC. This is one of their paint pots, which is actually a cream eyeshadow. It works great as a base, which is what I'm using it for, like a base for eyeshadow. So I'm going in with that same Amicole concealer brush and just packing that on the lid. So one of Amicole's newest products is this Lid Joy Liquid. They're matte liquid eyeshadows. And I got this one in the shade Bed Style, which is sort of like a brown shade. And it has this doe foot applicator. So let's apply this sort of in the crease area. I feel like these liquid shadows are like best blended on the actual lid, but I'm gonna try it in the crease. Let's see what it does for us. And this is a Morphe Y17 brush. When this, ooh, it dries fast. So you definitely want to do one eye at a time with this one, y'all. Dries pretty fast, but I like the color. Let me apply a little bit more. Learning curve, girl. So a little bit more and see if we can get it to move. But for one and done shadows, I like liquid shadows. Okay, so I'm going to use my Juvia's Place Culture 2 palette for eyeshadow. This has some beautiful colors in this palette. Beautiful, so many really great ones. But I'm going to use some of the golden shades today, which is, I know I used Rivers the first time, and Chewa, C-H-E-W-A, Chewa, and Rivers, which is a bronze, like a bronzy shade. So this one is Chewa, so pretty. This one is Rivers. Look at that. Game Beauty brushes with the lightest shade, which is Chewa. I'm gonna wet the brush with my Juvia's Place setting spray, and I wet it because I want the color to show up really bold and pigmented. Juvia's Place's shadows are generally pigmented anyways, but I really wanted it to stand out, like more of a bold look. Then I'm gonna flip to the back of the brush and go in with Rivers, which is sort of like the deeper bronzy shade, and I'm gonna wet that as well. The way this squirts out is like really like straight and skinny. I don't really like the way this squirts out, but that doesn't mean it doesn't work good, you know. You have to do a full spray. If you do like a half spray, it'll go like shoot out really straight. So you have to do a full-on spray with this. Since the Juvia's Place Culture 2 palette doesn't have a deep brown, I'm gonna take my Juvia's Place Coffee Shop palette. And this is another Black-owned makeup company as well. So I'm gonna take this brown here, and this is gonna go like right at the edge, blending it like sort of upward and bringing it like in that sort of V formation. So let's take my Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara. For eyelashes, I'm using my brand, which is Socialite Mink Lash in the style Nightlife. Now this is a medium length lash, full and fluffy, but not too overkill to where it's like hitting your glasses or you can't see your eyelid. And I have small lids, as you guys can see. What helps that for me is bringing up my lid shade, which are these golds, bringing it up a little bit higher than what my actual mobile lid. So where that fold is underneath there, that's like my mobile lid, I bring it up higher. That way, even when I put a lash on, the color still shows through. So about a month ago, I picked up this duo-sided Morphe pencil, which I really like. One side is like a bronzy shade, and then one side's like a deep chocolate shade. Now with this, I do prefer to do one eye at a time because they do dry fairly quick. So I'm gonna do the bronzy shade on the first half, and then the chocolate shade on the second half. And it is a pretty creamy formula, but it does dry fast. And I do want to sort of fade the brown in with the bronze a little bit. And towards the tail, I'm going to drag it up. That way it could be like a little, sort of like a little baby wing up there, but really baby, you see? And I want to meet it up with that brown shadow that we created at the top in that sort of V formation. Have it sort of meet up in there. And my brown Sephora liner, it's the Sephora liquid liner in chocolate, just to fill my beauty mark back in where it was covered up. Taking my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. This in the shade 2 medium. I don't want to hold it up too much because it's on the brink of breaking. So I definitely want to pick up another one during the Sephora sale. And this is just to brighten and give more of like a finished, smoother look under eye. I should have used this before my powder, but I'm gonna add it anyway. This is my Juvia's Place Nubian Gleam, which is like a liquid highlighter. Now this packs a punch, so I only want to use a tiny bit. Like this is probably too much, to be honest. So I'm gonna take a fluffier brush. This is Makeup by Ariell A14, and just gonna go right in here, make sure it's even. Want to get real even on the brush. Apply that right at the top. Like just the whole look is giving like Nubian goddess, right? This is not how it looked the first time, by the way. It gave like way more natural, but I actually like it this way better. For lips, I'm gonna go in with my Fenty lip pencil in the shade Extra Thigh. These are some good long lasting pencils, you guys. I'm just not crazy about how it sharpens. So I've been saying I need to order like the actual Fenty sharpener because I heard that does make a difference. I'm going to overline just a little bit with the Ami Collet lip pencil in Cafe Touba. Juvia's Place matte nude lipstick in 2020. Oh, I like that one, or let's try Lady. Yeah, let's go Lady. I'll put it over top. So this is the Juvia's Place matte lipstick in Lady. Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fussy, which is my favorite shade in the Gloss Bombs. So let's use the Juvia's Place Ready Set Sealed setting spray. I do have the Fenty Beauty You Miss setting spray, which is a newer setting spray on the market, which is really good, extremely long lasting. Now I'm not quite sure how long this lasts, but this is up there with like the one size spray. So keep that in mind. It's really good. This sprays a lot, like you get drenched. So I don't know if I've applied too much of the spray and it's leaving this shine, like this sort of shiny finish, or if this is the finish you get. I'm not sure, so I have to read up on it. Let me know if you've tried this Juvia's Place setting spray and What do y'all think? How do you apply it? So I'm just going to take the Amicole powder, very lightweight so it won't make it too heavy, back on the brush and just kind of lightly set. Because I do know some setting sprays are supposed to give you like a glowy finish. So I don't know if this is one of those. And this is the look. I love it. So I'll keep you guys updated on how this look wears, because I do have a couple more videos to film and I'll really be able to truly tell like how it wears. Usually if I don't have a primer and set properly before I film the next video, I'll have to go in and blot. So I'll let you guys know, maybe in one of those videos, I'll let you guys know, or I'll drop it in the description box. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed creating it. Everything I used on my face today, I'll have linked in the description box or right there on that YouTube shopping tab, so be sure to check that out. If you're new here, welcome. I'd love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love, 'cause too fresh with the scars.